Let's start off with the first chapter of economics, the story of village Palampur. In the bracket it's written hypothetical village. First, knowing what is hypothetical village, let's see what are the things that we are going to study in this chapter. These are the contents that we are going to study in this chapter. First, characteristic of village. Second, organization of production. Third, farming in Palampur. And under farming of in Palampur, there are various other points. Let's go to the first part of this chapter. First, let us know what is the characteristic of village Palampur. Before that, in the beginning I have told that it's a hypothetical village. What do you mean by hypothetical village? Hypothetical village means it is an imaginary village that we'll come to know about that why it is an imaginary village after knowing the characteristic of village. First point, connectivity. The village is well connected with the small town and big village like Raiganj and Shahpur. There are many kinds of vehicles run on the road and many people are selling off their commodities from one place to another. Like here in this village, Jagriti is transported off from one place to another. Second point, population. As we already know, the villages in India are having a lot of population, but in this village there is 450 families living. Some of them are poor, some of them are rich. 80% of upper families are having their house well constructed, while 1/3 of the SCs are living in the outskirts of the village. Is having good electricity facilities where not only it is helping in economic activities for running small things but also for running small businesses. Fourth point, there are 2 primary schools and 1 high school present in the village. This shows that there, according to the population, there is a ample school or education facilities are also provided in the village. Fifth point, there is 1 primary health center run by the government and 1 dispensary. Private dispensaries help in treating sick people. So we can see health system is also very good in this village. Sixth point, there is not only farming activity which is done for the source of income, but there are some non-farming activities are also carried in the village. After knowing this, the characteristic, one can tell that why this is a hypothetical village. Let's go to the second part, that is organization of production. Before starting that, what is the main aim of production? The aim of production is to produce goods and services. So for starting off any production of any goods and services, we require various things. Those are called factors of production. There are various factors of production that is required. The first requirement is land. We are not only talking about land, but we are also talking about natural resources. Land is our basic requirement for starting any production process. Second part is labor. Laborers are an important person to do the work, from small unskilled worker to the skilled ones. Third point is physical capital. Now very carefully observe this. What does the meaning of physical capital? And you can see it is again divided into 2 parts. So physical capital is the various inputs that is required at each and every stage of production. So can you tell what are the things that is required at each and every stages? We require machines, we require tools, we require even money in hand to do the various small things. Now let's see how it is divided. The physical capital is divided into fixed capital and working capital. Fixed capital are those capital which stays longer period of time, like buildings, tools, machineries. Tools can be small to big one, machineries can be small to big, which helps in the process of production, and these stays longer period of time. What do you mean by working capital? working capital which stays for a shorter period of time. And the very important thing is it includes the raw materials which is required at each and every stage, and cash in hand. Now, what do you mean by cash in hand? The cash in hand means the money with the producer. So if in case anything goes wrong, that money could be utilized. Like for example, if any machine is old and outdated, you require to mend it. So for that you need to have some money. And if in case your raw materials, if you start off any production, if a raw material is, you went short of raw materials, then obviously you need to spend money on that. So that is what working capital. Once again, physical capital is all the inputs required for the process of production. It is divided into fixed capital and working capital. Fixed capital which stays longer period of time with the producer, and these include buildings, machines, tools from small to big. And on the other hand, working capital is a shorter period of time. Working capital are raw materials and cash in hand. And when we talk about cash in hand, it is the money which is with the producer that could be utilized as and when it is required. And the third part is human capital. Human capital is the most important factor. They utilize all the other factors. Like if in case all the things are present and if there is no human without any skill or without any function, how they are going to utilize the other factors? The other factors would remain useless. So these were the basic factors which helps in the process of production. So this is a flowchart which tells you that what are the factors which help in the process of production and what are these. So in this part you have just seen the two sections. First is the characteristic of village and second is the factors of production. So characteristic of village, you got to know that this village is a hypothetical village. Why it is called hypothetical village? That is your assignment. Write down the characteristic of village Palampur and why it is called as hypothetical village. Second is factors of production. There are various factors of production which helps in the process of production. Your second assignment will be to write down the factors of production and explain it in detail. In this session, we'll only take these two parts, and in next session, we'll start off the other.